You gotta get into the groove.
Hi, this is Simon Leung back with G Live. If you're joining us live, give us a hashtag live. If you're joining us on the replay, give us a hashtag replay. And so, yes, today we're coming on just a little bit later than usual. But as you probably know, we do come on at any time. And so it might just be surprising whenever it is that we do come on live for you. But today we are here for a very special reason. We have a big announcement for you, and it's especially exciting. Again, if you are into SEO. So my question to you is, are you into SEO? Do you want to improve your search engine rankings? If you do, type in hashtag SEO inside of the comments. Now, a few days ago, we actually came on for a very similar topic, but it was actually something very unrelated because we're introducing you to a brand new video tip series that we're going to be sharing with you. In fact, earlier today, we released our second video. So if you go back to our YouTube channel, which I'll show you more about in just a moment, you will know exactly what it is, what that I'm talking about. But basically, a few days ago, we talked about how we're launching a brand new SEO video tip series for you if you want to learn more about SEO. And also, that's in the upcoming Groove magazine, there will also be entire sections and tutorials all about SEO, and more specifically about Groove SEO as well, if you want to learn more. And just so that you know, in case you are not familiar, this is our YouTube channel. And on this YouTube channel, if this is your first time here, make sure that you do subscribe to it if you haven't already. Now, as you can see, though, what we've actually been doing as of late, this was uploaded 7 days ago. This was uploaded just a few hours ago. As you can see, we obviously do have some brand new videos talking about Groove SEO and GroovePages SEO. And even yesterday, actually 2 days ago, as you can see, streamed 2 days ago, we talked about the brand new Groove Tips series on SEO for those of you who are interested in learning more about that. But the thing is, I think everything happens for a reason, and the universe always collides, and all these things are always meaningful. The moment that we start talking about SEO, all these additional updates when it comes to Groove also comes into play. Now, if you are here, by the way, and you want to learn more about all the different updates, we'll give you another update probably within the next day or two to share with you what is new when it comes to the Groove platforms. You can see that David Lemon also updated with some updates as well for the month of December. But in case you're interested in fast forwarding into the SEO parts, okay? You're not interested right now in learning about the Groove Sell stuff yet, or the Groove Mail stuff yet, or the Groove Member stuff yet. You're here because you want to learn a little bit more about SEO. Well, the amazing and exciting thing is that within the Groove Pages update video, there are plenty of additional announcements, including the SEO improvements within the actual Groove system. Now, if you don't know too much about SEO, don't worry. We'll give you an opportunity to let us know inside the comments later on if you do want to learn more about SEO and things like that. But all the on-page SEO, off-page SEO, backlinking, keywords, and all those things aside, okay? If I were to give you a mini crash course on what the Google search engines, as well as the other search engines, actually look for, is by the time that they find your website, if they're able to see any of your pages, what they're looking for are additional links throughout the rest of your pages, okay? And the way that your website traditionally communicates with the search engines is with the use of two things. How many things? Two. Number one is something called sitemaps. Now, if you go to actually any of your websites, and let's just say, for example, I open up a brand new browser and I type in groove.cm, okay? You'll see over here that this is, of course, the Groove website. Now, with the Groove website, typically, and up until this point, for the past, year and a half, 2 years since we've been actively doing this, we know that, with Groove, there's a lot of room for us to play with when it comes to improving search, when it comes to, improving your SEO and increasing your rankings. And with that said, there's a lot of different strategies that we have been sharing that you can continue to exercise on your own and implement and apply to ultimately get a lot more better results. And so with that, that's where the ongoing tips video series, the additional training that you might be interested in, that's where all those things will eventually come in. We show you step by step all the great things that you can do to get these organic listings and all these, natural results and performance. Now, the really interesting thing is that all this time, we wanted to make sure that we maximize the SEO results for all of our GroovePages members and all these amazing things. And one thing that we believe, even though it was missing, even though it wasn't absolutely necessary, it did, of course, wouldn't hurt at all if we actually have it. And that is by implementing the brand new sitemaps and the Robots.txt, which has now just been implemented and announced recently to be included into GroovePages. Does that excite you, by the way? For those of you who know a little bit about SEO, for those of you who know a little bit about sitemaps and Robots.txt, is it cool? Is it awesome that this is now an integration? If you think that's awesome, type in the word awesome inside of the comments. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. As mentioned earlier, right, we're going to continue to give you these kinds of training, and it's basically just the intermediate and the more advanced search engine marketers who are within the Groove community who has been asking for this time and time and time again. And so for that, the good news is that even if you have no idea, no earthly inkling what I am talking about, what is this sitemap stuff? How do I execute it? How do I apply it? How do I make this robots.txt, integrated into my GroovePages? It all sounds so technical. Does it sound technical? If you think that sounds technical, type in the word yes inside the comments. It sounds technical, right? Here's the good news. Even if you're a complete newbie, even if you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you have the intention of hopefully improving your SEO results, and sure, this sitemap stuff sounds good. This robots.txt stuff sounds good. But even if you don't know how to do anything, what if I were to tell you that everything actually is applied for you automatically? Do you like automation? If you like automation, type in the word automation inside the comments, because that is correct. Even if you have no idea what I'm talking about up to this point, it's all gibberish to you, right? And you know that this is something that you probably need because over the last, 5-10 minutes, I've been talking all about it. But what if I were to tell you that you don't have to do one darn thing and everything will automatically be implemented into your accounts when it comes to sitemaps, when it comes to robots? Here's how you know that this is being implemented into any one of your accounts. In fact, any existing pages that you already have, it probably works already. I don't know how long it will take for it to roll out, maybe little by little or whatever else, but here is a great example that you can see right here on the screen, right? If you go to groove.cm, previously, this did not exist. But if you go to groove.cm and you add in a backslash sitemap.xml, okay? Sitemap.xml. This previously did not exist. This was not something that was anywhere within the actual Groove system. But as you can see now, if you type in a backslash sitemap.xml on any one of our websites that you create with Groove, including the main page at groove.cm, what you will notice is just a whole bunch of code, right? All this stuff that, once again, as we talked about earlier, looks very technical, doesn't it? But here's the good news again. You do not need to know how to do any of this. You do not need to know what this means. This is automatically generated for you so that even if you have no intention of creating your own sitemap, this is already done automatically on the back end. Is that cool? If you think that's cool, type in the word cool inside the comments. As you can see right up here, right? This is a sitemap and all these different things that you do not know exactly what they mean. It's all designed by Groove in the back end to communicate with the search engines like Google, like Bing, like Yahoo, and all the dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds of other search engines, the top ones especially. They communicate with them so that you will have higher chances of getting your content found in the search engines themselves. Now, yes, to me as well, it looks like a bunch of gibberish. I have no idea what all these things say. But again, the amazing news is that you don't need to know what it means. You don't even need to know that it exists. It just does, and it does all of the work for you. Pretty awesome, right? If you think so, type in the word awesome inside of the comments. In addition to that, in addition to the Sitemap.xml, another thing that the search engines look for, and especially if you've used, I don't know, WordPress in the past, for example, right? One thing that you will notice is that a lot of people, when they start talking about SEO, when they start talking about doing all these different things, and again, temporarily, forget everything. If you are lost, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But the thing is, another piece of code that the search engines look for is a file called Robots.txt. Now, again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, all you got to do on your own website, on Groove.cm, if you wanted to, right? All you got to do is type in at the end of the URL, Groove.cm/robots.txt. Okay, that's /robots.txt. And what you will see is that now, not only on Groove.cm, but also on any one of our other pages, on any one of our other sites, on any one probably of your sites as well, we also have yet another page which previously did not exist. If previously you typed in robots.txt or sitemap.xml, it would simply go to a 404 error page or redirect you to some other page if you have that set up. However, as you see right now, this is actually set up to be an actual robot.txt file, which does, again, help you in your search engine optimization strategy. So again, even if you have no idea what I'm talking about, the good news is that it's all done for you automatically. So don't even worry about it. It's just implemented for you. Do you like done for you stuff, by the way? If you do, type in done for you inside of the comments. Now, of course, if you even go to your GroovePages dashboard or you go into your sites, there's a lot of things, by the way, that have been changed over the past day, over the past week, over the past month. Anytime that you miss out on any one of these updates, you're probably going to be light years behind simply because of all the different things and changes that weren't there before. So it's always a good idea that you stay up to date as much as possible. How do you stay up to date, you might ask? Thank you for asking that question. The way that you stay up to date is, of course, by subscribing, if you haven't already, to our YouTube channel, liking us on Facebook, joining us inside of our groups, turning on those notifications, which is especially important because the next time or anytime that we come on right here on G Live, or anytime a brand new video might be uploaded onto YouTube or shared within our Facebook or any one of our social media, you will be notified anytime these announcements actually take place so that you are not behind whenever we have any of these announcements that come up. So this means that if you haven't already, make sure that you do follow us on social media, turn on those notifications. And the only thing, by the way, that has been changed when it comes to the robots.txt or sitemaps or anything that has to do with SEO is one thing that you can ignore if you want to. In fact, it is probably recommended that you don't take any action on it, because the only thing that is available for you to do right now is if you take a look at settings, okay, and you go into site settings, the only thing that has been added in terms of any options is just one single option for you to exclude the robots.txt file right over here. Okay, so again, I don't recommend that you do anything to this because by default it's turned on already. Now, unless you don't want your website to be found by the search engines, unless you don't care about SEO, unless you want to sabotage your own website from getting high rankings on Google, on Yahoo, on Bing, then leave this alone. Of course, if it's a private site, only with their personal stuff, you don't want the search engines to find it for whatever reason, that would be the only reason that you would want to turn this on. But of course, for us, we don't want to turn that on. If you do want to make sure that your content is found by the search engines, make sure that you leave this unchecked. So just don't do anything. But for now, this is the only option that we have within GroovePages. Later on, as I understand, there will be more SEO settings for you. So stay tuned for all of that because that's going to be so much more exciting. But in the meantime, once again, if you haven't already, make sure that you do subscribe to our channel, follow us, turn on those notifications, because as the upcoming days and weeks and months go on, we will continue to be sharing with you all these Groove SEO, GroovePages SEO type of short videos, which is designed to help you to learn more about search engine optimization in general, how to turn them on within Groove, and how to really maximize your experience using applications such as GroovePages, such as GrooveFunnels, right? Use all those cool things and make sure that in the end, you are maximizing your performance so that you can ultimately dominate your competition. Do you want to dominate your SEO? If you do, type in the word dominate inside of the comments. Now, all of this obviously is a good start. Having the sitemaps is a great start. Having Robots.txt is an amazing start. Even if you have no idea what's going on, remember, everything is 100% automated, which means that whether you do anything or not, this is something that will help you in your SEO. But my question to you is that, do you want to learn more about SEO though? Things that are under your control. All those things that I asked you to temporarily forget about moments ago. Things like keywords, things like on-page SEO, things like off-page SEO, things like backlinks, and creating all these amazing, building all these amazing links and content that link back to you so that ultimately you are just increasing your SEO for your websites, your pages, your blogs, your videos, and any other kind of content that you might have using Groove and beyond. My question is, are you interested to learn more about SEO? If you are, type in the word SEO inside the comments. Type in the word SEO inside the comments, because as I mentioned just a couple of days ago, I believe right here on this actual episode of G Live, we do intend probably sometime within the next few weeks to share with you some additional content on SEO, give you some training on search engine optimization that will absolutely help you to maximize and leverage what you can, dominate your competition, and especially when you know how to use Groove the right way, it will help you to completely dominate and destroy your competitors in 2022 and beyond. Again, are you interested in learning something like that? If you are, type in the word SEO inside of the comments. And when we actually have this all ready for you, of course, we will do our due diligence to approach you, to reach out to you and let you know that this event is happening. This training, this mini course, this private event is by invitation only. And because you express interest, we're going to reach out to you. And we will, of course, let you know when that's going to happen. Once again, let us know. Type in SEO inside the comments. We will be more than happy to extend that invitation to you whenever that actually happens. All right. So with that, that is pretty much all of the updates that I have for you right here today. But before I actually let you go, I do want to say hi to just a few of you who have been saying hi to us over the past, 10, 15, 20 minutes since I've been on live. We see Chanel, great to see you. We have a Facebook user, by the way. If you're brand new, congratulations and welcome. If you take a look at the ticker right below this video, you will see that at the end, we want to invite you to go to a place called grooveover.to/authorize. Once again, that's grooveover.to/authorize. And what that's going to do is it will allow Facebook to actually show us who you are, so that the next time that you do leave a comment, we can actually say hi to you. We'll know who you are, address you by name. We'll see your smiling faces and all that great stuff. So please go ahead and do that so that we can actually be more personal with you, and that we can actually communicate a lot more together. All right, awesome. Okay, we also have some additional friends. Fiona is also joining us. We got Ricardo is also here as well. Chanel is also joining us. Fiona, we got a couple more Facebook users. We got Gilmar, great to see you, and saying hi to fellow Groovesters as well. VJ is also here. And then for all of our friends who are continuing to leave some additional comments, we have another Facebook user over here. Thank you very much. I'm just scrolling through all of these, by the way. And so with all of that, forgive me if I somehow miss all of you, because there's just so many comments that I'm just kind of scrolling through all the way. Oh, we do see one more new friend that I believe is the first time that we're interacting. So James, nice to meet you. Great to see you. Thank you for your comments and interaction. We're definitely very excited that you're here. And then I think that I saw a couple of places, if we can be a little bit more specific in helping you when it comes to the actual codes. Let me go ahead and type that into the comments and show you. One is Sitemap.xml, as you can see over here. So type this in behind, like in the back of the URL. And then we also have another one, which is /robots.txt. Okay, so with that, again, even if you have no idea what that means, don't worry about it, because all of this is absolutely automated for you, and it's done for you automatically inside of the GroovePages system, so that you don't actually have to do anything yourself. Is that cool? By the way, once again, type in the word cool inside the comments if you think, just like me, that this is absolutely awesome. All right, so with that, that is pretty much all of the updates that I have for you right here today. On behalf of the entire Groove community and myself, I do want to thank you for your time here today. Whether you are joining us #live or #replay, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that, of course, you are here, but turn on those notifications, because the next time that we do come on live, which could be any time, and it could very well be, and very likely be, within the next couple of days, when we give you yet another updates on the Groove system and all the amazing things surrounding that, make sure that you turn on those notifications so that you don't miss out. All right, so with that, that's all from me here today, here tonight. Hopefully you're having yourself a great day, a great evening, wherever it is that you might be. So until next time, take action right now. Let us know if you have any questions. And as always, we will see you right here on the inside. Cheers, folks. We'll see you next time.
You gotta get into the groove.